All right, welcome back. As we get into your forecast here, a view from Ridgeway here out in Winona County. 43 degrees out there. Feels like 36 degrees currently. And then we get back out to Tomah, or at least near Tomah. 39 degrees for you there. Just clicked over. Feels like 39 degrees. And of course, the roadways are looking good for everybody. But look at that. That's the supermoon right there. That's the Beaver supermoon. And it's to its closest point, or to its perigee, eventually to Earth here. The closest point to Earth, that's what makes it a supermoon. Holding on to the possibility of this here as you get into it here. The closest, you can see it all the way up to 221,817 miles. That's how close it's going to be to Earth at its closest point. That's going to be the biggest, largest, and brightest supermoon of this year. We'll get into it here as you can see why the Beaver Dam, why the Beaver Moon is called Beaver, why it's named after the beavers. Well, that's because they're preparing their lodging for this time of year. Then broad definition of a supermoon is a new or full moon when in perigee. It's coined by Richard Knoll, who came up with that. And of course, he says in 1979, specifying that a moon must have a perigee of 90%. Then we get into this. You're going to hold on to the possibility of this. Strict definition of a supermoon is the single closest new and full moon of the year, meaning there should only be 2 supermoons of the year. And you know that's not right, right? We usually have about 7 of them. Let's get into the forecast for you as we go into how this all shapes up. Eau Claire looking pretty good with a cloud cover field out there as well. Breezy and gusty winds shaking that camera out there. 46 degrees feels like 39 degrees. We have that trough forming, as I just mentioned before about this. And with that happening, eventually this high pressure ridge is going to scoot on over to the east a little bit as we finish out the work week, and then cooler conditions will ensue. We'll also hold on to maybe a little bit of snow moving in the forecast as well. Highs for Wednesday, well, 50s widespread, so we are above seasonal average, holding on to seasonally mild conditions. Cloud cover continues to fizzle out. We get into sunshine to finish the day by the noon hour, holding on to that all the way into the evening hours as well, and then all the way back into the 8 o'clock hour. We're still with little sunshine, or a little cloud cover at all. Holding on to the 11 o'clock hour, going to the midnight hour and beyond, we'll see some clouds start to sneak in the forecast, getting to your sunrise for tomorrow, back into mostly cloudy skies, and then cloudier skies will prevail going to the daytime by the noon hour. 40s in the forecast as well. Still holding on to seasonal conditions then as we get to the 2 o'clock hour, with rainfall potential coming in between Red Wing and Winona, over to Eau Claire as well, and Ladysmith. A little light stuff though. We'll hold on to that going to the 4 o'clock hour, trying to get to Black River Falls and trying to go closer to La Crosse as we go in the 5 o'clock hour. Of course, still breezy though. We'll get into breezy conditions today, breezy conditions tomorrow as well, holding on to the possibility of those clouds breaking apart, and then eventually we'll see those winds kick in. As you can see for today, you'll see those winds going all the way through the afternoon, going into the evening hours, and then kind of tapering down by the 6 o'clock out. We'll also find ourselves getting into how this all shapes up over the next few days, my friends. We'll hold on to seasonally average conditions, or at least above that, going into finish out the work week, and then by the weekend we're in the 40s, 30s, and then by Monday of next week we're still in the 30s, with 40s coming in for your Veterans Day, and then on Wednesday you're still in the cool with 48 degrees.